This is 36-year-old Chase Buninger. He went from being co-VP with Kevin Durant at the McDonald's All-American game to being part of Team USA's Olympic volleyball team. With Chase's 6'7" frame, he was an electric, explosive athlete who infamously jumped over P. Diddy in the slam dunk contest, defying all odds, proving that white man can jump. Even with Chase's 6'7" ultra-athletic frame, he quickly became overlooked and unwanted in the league. How did Chase Buninger go from an insane basketball star to become an Olympic volleyball star? In this video, we will talk about Chase Buninger's epic rise from an NBA nobody to a beloved Olympic volleyball star. During Chase Buninger's high school career, he was destroying opponents on the hardwood in basketball and volleyball, leading his high school to 3 state championships in just 4 years. And during his senior year, he was named National Player of the Year by Volleyball magazine, as well as California's Mr. Basketball. In his senior year, he faced quite the challenge. Chase was such an impactful two-way athlete, he got scholarship from UCLA and USC to play both volleyball and basketball. Chris understood he had to choose one sport. I wouldn't be the basketball player I was without volleyball. There's a benefit to playing multiple sports because you see the kids just burn out at such young ages. They're doing too much at a young age, leading to him choosing Arizona over UCLA and USC, a school that didn't have an indoor volleyball team, so he could focus primarily on his dream to make it to the NBA. But before Buninger headed off to Arizona, he first had to make a pit stop in San Diego, where Chris attended the McDonald's All-American game that featured the greatest NBA talent from LeBron, Kobe, and no other than his own teammate, Kevin Durant. Chase was on the West squad with KD and witnessed his scoring ability on full display, with KD dropping 25 points on 58% field goal shooting, while Chase had 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals on 68% field goal shooting, resulting in the two being named co-MVP, being the 5th duo to ever do it. Leaving the McDonald's game, Chase had all the confidence in the world, and months later, Chase flew to Arizona to start a new chapter. Once Chase stepped foot on the Arizona campus, he immediately drew buzz, as he was one of the highest recruits in school history at the time. He quickly started to dominate, averaging 15.6 points per game, 2 assists, and 1.2 assists for the Wildcats, helping him earn Pac-10 Freshman of the Year, leading him closer to his dream. In Buninger's second season, he averaged 17.1 points, 2.9 assists, and 1.1 steals, earning him a spot on the All-Pac-10 team. And in his final season, Buninger averaged 18 points, 3.4 assists, and 1.4 steals, while also leading the Wildcats to the first Sweet 16 appearance in years, solidifying his college career. Chase finished his college career with 1,697 career points, ranking 11th all-time in Wildcats scoring history, and he knew it was time to take the next step, which was the NBA. Even with those stats, Buninger was still a little unsure if it was time to fulfill his childhood dream, as he was projected low on the draft boards and possibly could go undrafted. During Buninger's draft workout, things weren't looking too good for him, as in the 3v3 drills, he was unimpressive and having a difficult time matching with other draft prospects, dropping his stock. On the next day of draft workouts, Buninger ended up making a strong comeback after shooting near perfect in his drills, attracting a lot of interest from coaches. Buninger declared for the draft and got picked in the second round with the 44th pick by the Detroit Pistons, but then was quickly traded to the Houston Rockets, who currently were desperate looking for their missing piece after a disappointing season finishing 42-40. In Chase's first game, it didn't go too well. I was 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, had 2 turnovers, and one of my shots I had was an air ball. But as the season went on, Chase became a pivotal part to Houston's bench, making it 8.9 points per game. During his rookie season, Chase became really good friends with Shane Battier, who was a lethal shooter and fierce competitor. Shane taught Chase how to approach the game and prepare himself so he could become a professional, improving Chase's work ethic. As he was a 9-year vet, the relationship was more than basketball with the two. During the offseason, Chase and Battier played beach volleyball. To stay in shape for the regular season helped them recover from the wear and tear of the NBA. In Chase's second NBA season, Chase improved with a slight increase in his numbers, averaging 9.8 points on 42% field goal shooting. And in Chase's third season, he was starting to find his groove in the NBA and was part of the 2012 slam dunk contest, where he famously jumped over P. Diddy. He sadly finished in second place though, behind Jeremy Evans by 1% of a point. But in Chase's fourth season, he was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he faced his first devastating injury, torn meniscus in his left knee, causing him to miss more than 4 months right after he just signed a 3-way contract with the Timberwolves going into the 2012-2014 season. Once Chase recovered, he was starting to get his rhythm back. As training camp approached and a few days before, Chase faced another injury, a cartilage injury to his left knee, another surgery on the same knee right before training camp. Injuries slowly started to milk away Chase's career. In 3 seasons between 2011 and 2014, Chase played 122 games as nagging injuries kept occurring. He started to deal with more ankle sprains and pulled hamstrings. His body started to break down on him, as Chase had to constantly rehab and come back, then eventually rehab again. Chase devoted himself to the grueling process to keep his childhood dream alive. It took me a fair bit longer to have my mind trust my body. In the 2015-2016 season, Chase played with the Pacers, where he was waived midway through the season, leaving Chase clueless on his next step. As no team seemed to want him anymore at such a young age, Chase kept on working and stayed in shape, leading to him signing with the Suns. He felt his body starting to break down more and more. And on April 13, 2016, that was Chase's last NBA game, where he only finished with 6 points. Even through the injuries, Chase tried to keep his hope alive for another chance. Chase signed with a EuroLeague team in Spain, Baskona Gasteiz. But during the beginning of the season, Chase wasn't having a great start. I wasn't playing up to my standards, but due to Chase's relentless work ethic, he learned from Shea Battier. He continued to work and started to improve. Soon, Chase started to find his stride after so many devastating injuries. And one night, the team had a practice, and as Chase was playing, he lost the ball and tried to track it down. He slipped over a decal, resulting in a sports hernia, another tragic injury for Chase, leaving him out for the last 5 weeks of the season. Chase finished that season averaging 6.8 points per game and 3.8 rebounds per game. After this injury, Chase finally got sick of the long rehab process, and in 2017, he officially retired from basketball. Chase didn't end his athletic career though. Chase decided to play in 4v4 beach tournaments with Steve Nash, Blake Griffin, and Shea Battier during their offseason, showcasing his amazing feel for volleyball even after all those years away from the game competitively. During one of Chase's matches, a man noticed him and instantly grew interested in him. Sean Rosenthal, who was an Olympic volleyball player for the US in 2008 and 2012, saw a lot of potential in Chase as he watched the former NBA player destroy the competition. The two met up for coffee with Sean deciding to mentor Chase. They started to practice together day in and day out. And in 2018, Chase made his volleyball debut. They finished in third place though. This gave Bunger all the motivation he needed and got my mojo back of wanting to work and compete and train. Although running and jumping and sand is challenging, he quickly got used to the environment. Chase struggled with the intense volleyball schedule though. I would say the toughest transition for me was learning how to play multiple matches in a day for multiple days, but deep down inside, Chase always knew being a professional volleyball player was one of his goals, especially with the heavy influence from his sister and brother as they were professional volleyball players themselves. It was kind of always a plan of mine, if my body was healthy enough after my basketball career, to go to beach volleyball because I knew you could play into your 40s and late 30s. Bunger went on to win Rookie of the Year by Volleyball Magazine, breaking 6th in kills and 8th in hitting percentage in his first season. He continued to compete, finding a new partner in Casey Patterson in 2019, where he won his first Association of Volleyball Professionals Championship. Bunger was 4th on the tour in hitting percentage and 5th in blocks that year and was named as the AVP's most improved player. And last year, Bunger found a new partner that was a match made in heaven in Miles Evans. Bunger admired Evans' game with insane passing ability and elite defense. This gave Bunger the drive to chase the Olympics and make history as he found his perfect complement. Bunger and Evans won a silver medal in April of 2023, making it their first international medal ever. By November, with strong finishes in China, Brazil, and Thailand. After having to travel hotel 44 hours of travel, the duo was finally ranked 4th among Americans. As the race of pairs started to heat up, the two were in tight contention and rankings with fellow American team Theo Brunner and Trevor Crabb. The duo of Evans and Chase had to play 11 tournaments around the world in the space of 14 weeks. In June, Brunner and Crabb lost in the first round of the last qualifying tournament. Bunger's and Evans' tickets to Paris were officially punched in early June, making Chase's dream come true, and Chase the first person to have played in the NBA and appear in an Olympic beach volleyball game, while also giving Chase the opportunity to meet a common face again in Kevin Durant. If you like this video, like to subscribe for more basketball content, and check this video out explaining how Westbrook will destroy your favorite NBA team this upcoming season.